There and welcome to this English lesson. This is all about how to write a great story, but to be able to write a great story, you've got to structure a story first. Let's find out what the main points are in order to structure a story. So the structure of a story basically means how it's organized is very important. It is worth spending time planning this, even in an exam. Good planning will improve the story and make it easier to write. So there are many ways to structure a story. One particular way is what we call the ODCCR. What does that stand for? Well, first of all, the opening, then the development, complication, a crisis, and a resolution. So you've got to make sure that in terms of a story, you get the reader's attention, show development and a complication, stage a crisis and show how it is going to be resolved. So let's look at the main points of ODCCR. You don't have to follow this, but this is a good way if you remember ODCCR in order to write a great story in terms of an essay or an assignment. So what's an opening? So in an opening, you catch the reader's attention. That's very important. You could begin with action, a quirky character detail, or an arresting line of dialogue. So make readers want to know more. So you need to arrest the reader's attention in this case. The second point is what we call development. So this builds up the plot from its starting point and involves the reader itself. We could see the seeds of the problem actually growing. The next part is what we call a complication. So a story in which everything goes smoothly and predictably is very boring and very dull. A complication creates tension in the story. Readers want to know how it will be resolved. And straight after the complication, we have what we call a crisis. So the dramatic climax. At this point, readers should be on the edge of their seats, wondering what will happen next. And finally, the R in ODCCR is what we call resolution. So how the story is wound up. It may end happily, such as a hero kills the villain and marries the heroine, for example, but not always. The tension must be ended, questions answered, so that the readers have a sense of completion. So this is a basic structure of how you can go about creating a structure, a well-structured story, a strong story whereby you always have the reader's attention. If you lose the reader's attention in the story, it's not going to be good. So any good book, any good assignment or an essay has to have the concepts of ODCCR. Now, it doesn't matter how long it is or how short it is, but it's important that you follow this particular structure. Now, you have some revision questions to answer thereafter, just to give you some more depth into your learning of this particular task. Complete this in detail and we'll follow this up in a normal lesson whereby we'll go through all the information together. Good luck.